and we are off on our first race of Saturday Night Speedway 164. We are currently on Donut Plains 3. Tell us a little bit about this, Matt Bonnie.
Well, one, you just saw this player getting dragged out before I can even say anything. Now the player is unfortunately Phantom, but there's only 2 item sets in this entire map. You have 2 possible shortcuts that can help you lead in front of the pack, but you'd be risking a chance of getting rid of a potential item box if you're not careful. So you have to play it very smart. Right now you saw Phantom climbing back up, watching everyone getting demolished in front of him, slowly climbing these ranks as they're going to lap 2 as it gets green.
You know what? You talked about it a couple weeks ago that every time we turn to Phantom, they're getting hit just all the time. But that's just a little bit of part of what Mario Kart is. But look at that. Tantho over there being able to avoid 2 bullet bills and some rotating triple greens. But Demenace is not going to be able to avoid that red shell. Blue shell is out. That's going to be targeting Jadex, who has a substantially huge lead. And that's the cool thing about DP3, because there's not that many item boxes. If you know the ins and outs of this track, you will be able to gain a ginormous lead just like Jadex.
Absolutely. Like, look, he just got hit by the blue in the mini-map, but he's still far out. Like, I don't think anything has been hitting him at all because of how far he is. I think a lot of people are just trying to get power-up items to climb back up with speed and whatnot.
Yeah, and talking about the power-up items, we got Phantom in the star right now, right behind a Wario, who is going to get saved there. Phantom is, and then Sloppy Gunner is going to be able to grab this second place finish. That's going to be Phantom in third, I'm pretty sure, and then Jadex in first, of course, with a substantially large lead here.
Did you see the stance that Jadex was in? He was like, guys, I'm done. Are we racing here, or is this my Sunday day cruise? Like,
it was. I mean, Donut Plains 3 is one of my not really liked tracks, just for the sake of the fact that saying, hey, that something like that can potentially happen if you know the no item shortcut. You do it really well, and at the beginning of the track, it's kind of hard to get used to it. But you know what? Right when you start doing what they're doing, you're going to be able to catch right back up to these racers. But like you saw, it's still a battle in the mid pack. Jadex just got that early lead, and second place just wasn't able to get their footing enough to get some reds to take him out.
No, because of how far first place is, you will get more powerful items the farther you are. Even if you're in second place, there's still a chance you can get a build or star. If first is just gone, which Jadex obviously was as we're going to Wild Woods for race number 2.
Wild Woods, a little bit harder of a track for that to go, for that to happen. Just for the sake of the fact that Wild Woods, there's not that many shortcuts on this track. You've got the ending shortcut at the end of the lap, and that's primarily it. The rest of it is good racing lines and being able to get to the front of the pack, and hopefully you won't get hit by everything under the sun.
Oh, hopefully not, but we are technically under the sun. You're looking directly at it. If it wasn't for the leaves and the trees and all that, I'm just saying, could you start off in the anti-gravity zone? You see Toad Stamp over here climbing up the ranks slowly but surely. Did not have a good spot in the last race. You got Demenace over here looking for something there. All he's got is shrooms.
Yeah, now we're seeing E-Cash over here with the shroom in hand. They're going to be able to do, they actually competed extremely well. It was actually in second place, but unfortunately got hit by double stars, and then we're going to be seeing Roxy Girl unfortunately getting dragged out there. She's going to be able to have a shroom for that ending shortcut that I was talking about. But like you saw, it really doesn't help that much, but beautiful move there, but I don't think connected to the Bowser. And then Potato's going to get hit again from a boomerang and a green shell.
Oh my lord, Potato, man. Like iron calcium if you're not careful, whatever the mineral is that we need for our bodies to survive. Meanwhile, you got Demenace over here collecting the double item. I just noticed he has the assist on to stay on the track, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you need some assistance there.
Yeah, I would recommend actually turning that off, because with that, it doesn't allow you to take the shortcuts on the map. So that ending shortcut that you're going to be seeing coming up right here, you're not going to be able to take that. But now we're seeing Ghost in second. Got some rotating Beyblade green shells. Gonna just hold on to it, drag out a Waluigi player there, and now we're looking right back to Phantom, who's unfortunately gonna get item screen there, and it's gonna leave him vulnerable for a hot minute.
I understand what he was doing. Taco Cat unfortunately falling off the track. But I understand why Phantom is using the back camera. He wants to be aware of what's happening. JX is going to get hit by this blue shell, but because of the distance that he's in, I don't think it's really going to matter as much. Plus, he's by the boost panels, or he's after the jump, so all he needs to do is just run it and he's safe. Yeah,
JX, another commanding lead, said, I'm not here to play, and all these other racers are just trailing right behind, battling it out for second place. We got Phantom here, though, going to be able to drift their way into second off that final ending shortcut, and that's going to be Sloppy Gunner just switching it up, getting third place.
Good job overall there. Everyone's doing a phenomenal job. These are the point totals from the last race, race number 1. And we're about to start race number 3 in any moment now, but good racing overall. I'm liking what I'm seeing here, but I'm not seeing people letting second place even touch first, and that's why James gets these big leads. Because no one is letting second place do their job. No reds or anything.
Yeah, I think there's actually a huge battle for second place, though. You see it going back and forth. Sloppy Gunner and Phantom really just trying to get as many points as possible, because with 67 competitors tonight, the point total cutoff for you to automatically get into semifinals is going to be around that 33-point mark. That's what happened with 66 competitors, so it's going to be around that vicinity for what you want to get at the end of these 4 races.
At least 35, 37 to put yourself in a more comfortable lead, but 33 is probably where the cutoff might be at. But we'll have to see how these competitors finish up, as well as how all the other qualifiers are going to be doing. And we are going to be on Neo Bowser City for race number 3 and qualifier number 1.
I like this track a lot. It's a very, very runner heavy, and when we say running heavy, that just means staying in first place and continually driving, because there's different strategies in this game where you can go back and actually stay around for those more powerful items and then work your way back to the front of the pack. But with this track as well, there's only one ending shortcut and then a middle path. In the beginning here, you're going to see on the side you can go through there, but it really doesn't save you that much time, so you really want to just keep driving and hope you don't get hit.
Right now you can see the scores on the top right of the screen, and I'd say that was a great explanation of what a runner type track is, a runner heavy versus like a bagging type track. If you never heard those terms before, they're kind of known within the competitive scene to discuss, like, if you stay far back, you can get these more powerful items, and you can kind of like force the algorithm of the game, the RNG, to give you those items like shocks and blues to stop first place, and for you to sneak up from behind and steal first if you know what you're doing and time things right.
Exactly, and Roxy Girl unfortunately could not time the item box right, getting hit by that red shell, dropping all the way down to 9th place. Gonna throw the green, not in a good spot there. Don't know if they hit themselves, because guess what? Smart bounces are a thing, and what that is that when you throw a green shell, it actually has a little bit of a targeting mechanic where it's going to attract to the person in front of them, or you can get a really bad bounce. But now we've got Ghost here doing an amazing job right now. Has the
That's
crazy
not my Ghost. Ghost I know is from Call of Duty.
I know. Where's the mask at? Gonna be able to throw that bomb forward, landed on another competitor. Taco Cat really struggling on the snake turn, and unfortunately fortunately enough, gonna be able to take out a competitor. And now Roxy Girl is here in 4th place. Gonna have to avoid that red back. Gets item screened. That's not really good.
Roxy Girl, like I played against Roxy Girl last week, and they were doing a phenomenal job, but I think I slowly knocked them out of semifinals. It's either Roxy Girl or Luna Galaxia, but I hope they do well this week. I want to see them in Grants, and I'm going to wish them the best of luck. But you see Phantom, he has a red. He changed it properly. I love what he did there. He waited to throw the red, get into the doubles, and hoping that he can get another red or something to take out Jax in front. It looks like Jax get hit, and everyone's coming up close behind him now. It's going to be a one move to change it all. Do you save this mushroom for this cut, or do you chain into that item box? Let's see, does he able to pass JX? And no, he doesn't, even with the mushroom cut there, but he is able to secure 2nd place.
Yeah, it was a little bit too far behind, even with the double reds. Now we're going to be seeing Sloppy Gunner in 3rd one more time. The same story, JX in 1st. And you're seeing that with the regulars who come here and practice the game, they're going to be able to know these maps a little bit better. With Neo Bowser, it is a very difficult track. And you saw that point where, hey, there's that really hard S turn. And then that's just something you got to practice. You know what? Whenever it comes up, whenever you're playing online, you really got to just practice it. And there's also a little bit of like a secure strategy of not falling off, pressing that B button so you break a little bit. You know, not press it, but tap it. You know, tap that B button so you can just hold on to the track and just stay on the track. Because you lose so much more time falling off than rather just saying, hey, I'm just going to tap the B button, go a little bit slower around these turns, and stay on the track.
Plus, on top of that, if you do fall off, that's a loss of 3 coins. Your top speed has been decreased because of that. So you want to maintain your top speed. Just slow down a little bit. You still maintain your drift unless you're holding on to your brake for a longer period of time than you should have as we go to the Calamari Desert for the final race of qualifier number 1. And you see qualifier number 2's names up here with Bobby, Discombobulator, Sports Joy, Marshall, Pool, Brookie the Rookie, Live, Laugh, Love, Spitfire, William, Skylord, and Food Parasite. Head on up to the high tunnel so we can get you started for qualifier number 2.
This is the last race of qualifier number 1, and we are starting it out on Ginger with the Cat Peach loadout. Absolutely love it. We're going to see what they're going to be able to do. Have actually done a really good job so far being able to just stick with the pack. Really nice racing lines. We're going to be seeing another competitor with those triple greens going to take out another player. And then E-Money, unfortunately, is going to hit the off-road. It's going to lose a little bit of time, and then we're seeing Ginger also getting hit. E-Money, fortunately enough, avoids that red. Absolute chaos right out of the gate.
Hey man, like the name of the game is Mario Kart. And you know Mario Kart as well as I do for the years that it's been out. You know items are involved. And when items are involved, you know everyone's getting hit, like you just saw Ginger unfortunately getting hit by that sound horn. But thankfully did not get hit by the blue shell on top of that.
Yeah, that blue shell had some really wacky lines. You really just want to stay out of the middle. Now we're seeing Phantom take this side shortcut, which I honestly have never taken it before with how long the tracks have been out, but misses the shock dodge. Gets redded. Insult to injury there.
Sometimes you can, as like a top competitor like you, me, Knight, etc., you can predict when a shock's going to happen by how far someone in the back is, but you can't always accurately predict the timing of it. And this is Roxy Girl in the front. JX is not in first place, but Roxy Girl does get hit down.
Yeah, now we're seeing that Wario take over, which is going to be the only sloppy gunner. Unfortunately, the ink, it's going to make it a little bit harder to control your cart, send him into the off-road, but he controls it extremely well. It gets hit by the train, could not get past in time. That's why they got the little lights, so you know what's going to happen. But kind of move all the way down in second.
Did you just stop there then, or did you figure a way to get past this train?
Figure out how to get past it. Risk your life for the time trials. And look at that. That's going to be Jadex in first place, and Roxy Girl in second. Going to be able to pop that star to avoid that blue shell. Really great move there. Roxy Girl grabbing that second place on this final race. 12 points to their name. Toad Stamp going to be able to grab third place as well. A little bit of a shakeup in the standings, but Jadex was able to come back, grab first place again. All 4 races.
Man. He's got a perfect 60. Four first place finishes for him. Jadex has done a phenomenal job already trying to set the stage of, hey, this is going to be me again in grand finals.
Yeah, no, really just coming out of the gate swinging, but let's hope that they didn't use all of their good luck in this qualifier, and it will continue into semifinals.
And we have the highlights of everything that we just witnessed. So let's go ahead and throw them up really quick.
We got that DP3 getting dragged out right out of the gate. Phantom unfortunately sees themselves on the screen.
Roxy Girl was doing so many things right, but these items, man, these players are just not allowing her to be the competitor that we all know her to be. Taco Cat, unfortunately, being the victim of too much speed, not hitting the brake button. Sophie Gunner just getting hit by the train. He got smacked.
Yeah, no, I've had a few situations where you either have to wait for the train, but I have not gotten hit by the train unless I'm in that little tunnel part beforehand. So it's like, it's really rough because if you get stuck behind it, it's a lot of time lost. So Calamari Desert, kind of a controversial track in the competitive Mario Kart scene.
And we had the scores, so let's see how controversial it was for some competitors.
Ooh.
But Jadex obviously the same with the perfect 60, followed by Phantom in second with 42, Sloppy Gunner in third with 39. And then you have a huge change with Taco Cat in fourth place in 30, Roxy Girl 28 points in fifth, E-Money in 6th place, followed by Tanto in 7th, Toad Stamp in 8th, Potato in 9th, D-Manus in 10th, Not My Ghost from Call of Duty in 11th, and Ginger in last.